So I think that was probably good. Hi guys. So this is what Atlanta Heartosexuals look like, huh? How many of you are from Atlanta proper? All right, so all the kids that are hanging out in the back for some reason. Who thinks? I always like to ask this. I'm just stripping now. I'm not gonna stop. I always like to ask, who thinks that they have traveled the farthest to come here? Oh hey, Olivia, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, so why don't you tell the folks at home where you're from?
I'm from Bloomington, Indiana.
Indiana. Oh, shit. Does everybody else put their hands up there? Yeah. In the back. I like this like mobility thing I've got going on right now. Hi.
It's me.
Lost versus Lost.
Look who's there.
And you traveled here specifically for this event today? No, she did not. Clearly
She has
other things on her agenda. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much, for coming and just talk a little bit about like kind of the tour so far. First of all, how kick-ass is this bar? How many of you guys?
Yes. Yeah.
We came here yesterday because actually the MDK for Atlanta was shot in that kitchen, which is the first time I've ever shot in a restaurant kitchen.
So cool.
Which was fascinating and reinforced the truth I already knew, which was A, I hate cooking, and B, I don't ever want to be a chef. So that was great. But yeah, no, it's been really nice to be in Atlanta. Honestly, I think that this is the most farthest south that we've gone so far, and everybody's been really, really kind. Like the other day, I was carrying like a tray of iced tea back to the crew, and sweating bullets, walking down, that was that street, Capitol Southeast or something like that, and people are hollering out of their cars, but they're not hollering anything mean. They're hollering like, "Whoop, be careful!" Thank you. Thanks. And this other guy's like, "Girl, you got it. You'll make it." And I'm like, I know, Starbucks, so crazy. So that was very, very kind and sweet. And in general, I've noticed that there always appears to be this like kind of tenderness in every lilt and every statement made. At the end of it, everybody's like, "Be well. See you soon. Stay safe." I'm like, what do they think I'm doing? Do I look like I'm just like rock climbing? Just take care, okay? And I'm like, okay, these are great groceries, thank you. So is that just me or is that like a common thing?
It's the South. It's the South.
How many of you guys are transplants? Who's like, you are a transplant, you're a transplant? Can I tell you, I think that, the West Coast, I've always thought has been very, very friendly. But compared to this, we are a pushy bunch of folk. And then we've been to the Midwest, which is absolutely not the South, FYI. So that's something that this San Francisco native has learned on this trip. Like, oh, the Midwest and the South are very, very different. Which might seem completely natural to you guys, but you have to understand. We're like California, New York, and now I've seen the beautiful heart of America, and it's great. Although I hate the heat, and I hate the heat.
The humidity.
Yeah, the humidity, it's gross, right? It's terrible. It's not pleasant.
No.
What?
You're gonna hate Austin.
Austin? Yeah, I think I'm gonna hate Nolens. We're going to New Orleans. So from here we're gonna hit Alabama, which is gonna be fun. And then from there we're gonna go to New Orleans. So I think I'm just gonna like drop 20 pounds and just be kind of like a walking sweat bucket. And here's a little fun fact about you guys. I don't respond well to heat. Like we were in, God, was it DC? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was DC. We were shooting in DC with, spoiler alert, Grace and Mamrie, and one of the DC episodes of Hello Harto, and it was a really simple scene, like in front of the Lincoln Memorial. We go in, we improvise, we know what has to happen by the end of the scene, yada yada yada. And Sam was like, okay, action. And every time I was like, what? Action, it means start. Begin the scene. And I just sweat dripping down my face. So I really hope there's a lot of tight zooms as you follow the journey of one of the drops. And then the whole episode will just be me narrating life from the perspective of the sweat drops. You've been busy lately, woo! So that's been really fun and great. Do all you guys play video games? Anybody here a video game fan?
Yeah.
Good. Video games are great. Pearl was here yesterday. She played Oregon Trail, and not only killed us off systematically, like she killed Nick, then she killed me, or rather was full of neglect.
Snake
got you.
Dysentery got me. Wendy, the non-human RV vehicle, got cholera. Which makes sense. I think Sam I think he shot himself. And then at the end of the screen, I've never seen Oregon Trail do this to someone. It just goes, "You are dead."
Yep.
So that's why Pearl doesn't drive the car, guys. You know, it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, this is more things that I am thinking about. I always like to do a Q&A portion with this stuff, just to see if anybody has any questions just in general about the tour, you know, gossip about the crew, what it's like to do YouTube, yada yada yada. So if anybody wants to ask me anything, now's the time. Yes. The girl with the pink shirt.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen on a food menu?
What is the weirdest thing I've seen on a food menu? Oh, good question. Pig's feet. That wasn't on a menu. That was just in a gas station. That was a disturbing thing that happened. We're in South Carolina or North Carolina?
Yeah.
Probably South Carolina.
Yeah.
We're from South Carolina.
Right, and then here's me, and I'm like, tra-la-la-la-la, I'm going to the gas station. I want to green tea. You know? And I'm like, excuse me, do you guys have like turkey jerky, you know? Which is very common in California, FYI. And he's like, no, but the meats are over there. And so I go and I look at the meats, and there's a jar of pig's feet.
Has it pig's feet or pickle feet?
But what do you do?
Pickles,
How do you
pig's
eat
feet.
it? What
I
do you
don't
do?
know, honestly.
You just like gnaw on it, basically.
And at what point are you enjoying this?
Never.
Why would I?
No,
No,
don't do it.
never.
Don't do it.
I mean, who's ever just got a hankering for pig's foot? Two legs good, four legs bad. Am I right? Who reads books? So that was disgusting. So I think that's the weirdest thing I've seen. I had alligator soup when I was in DC
Gator's
for a
good.
hot second.
Gator's good.
I love
Literally, it
gator.
was hot, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, great. Any other questions or anything like that? Yes, sir.
I have like a personal question actually.
Yeah.
What does your tattoo represent? I know
My
it's like
tattoo?
the plus pause.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, like in the videos. What does it like mean to you?
Yeah, definitely. So for those of you who don't know, I have a play button and a pause button right here. I'll show
Always
you.
wondered that.
Woo, sexual. How inappropriate would that be if I had breasts, right? Put it away. And instead it's like, that little boy needs to work out. He's just getting all jiggly. So I have a pause and a play button on my chest, and I got this tattoo, I guess like a year and a half, January of 2012, so like a year and a half ago. And basically I got it because I was finding that I was really having a hard time like getting up, you know, frankly. And I was like, oh man, I really want to just like, I wish I had like a button, like I could just push a button and be like, and we're starting the day. Because like once I get up and get out of bed, or I'm doing something, then the day has started and it feels great.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just that extra motivating factor. You know, it's like, oh, I gotta go work out, but I just don't even want to put on my shoes. But once you put on your shoes and you're at the gym, you're like, well, I guess I'm working out. So I was like, okay, great. I'll get myself a play button. You know, I'll put a play button on my chest and I'll hit it and I'll get up and I'll go. But then I thought that seemed like it would be a good way to like kind of start repressing and exhausting yourself. I really think about these things. I mean, you should see what it's like when I'm trying to decide whether I want iced tea or hot tea. I will literally go, Nick is just nodding silently. There's too many things to consider at all times always. So anyway, so I added the pause button. So that I could be like, zippity-doo-dah, oh wait, pause and reflect and watch the sunset.
Nice.
So that's kind of my thing. It's my own little like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's great. I love it.
I love it. Thank you.
Did it hurt? Can I tell you something terrible? It felt great. I was like, people are like, yeah, no, don't worry, sometimes tattoos, yada yada. I'm like, oh, it's gonna hurt needles, I'm sensitive. And they're like, well, you know, you might find you like it. And I was like, please, like, no, this is nice. Maybe we can do like 6 more tattoos? Yeah, I actually thinking about getting another soon, but you know, TBD. So there you have
Definitely
it.
do it.
I actually never thought I'd be the type of person to get a tattoo, to be totally honest, but it goes to show.
Do you do piercing?
Do what?
Do piercing?
No, I have a nose stud, but I took it out because it kept falling out because I have a little baby nose. I'll just be like, yes, dear.
So how does it feel to have people all over the United States coming just to like hear you and see you? Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, the question is, how does it feel to have people coming all over the United States just come and hear me and see me and wave and holiday stuff.
Yay.
What? Placate, yeah. It is interesting. It is strange. Like, how many people saw Tuesday's episode of the show? We put up the documentary episode. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a documentary episode that's very true to life about what Hello Harto, is all about. And so I was watching this episode and reading the comments, and I felt like I was watching a special about somebody. Like, it's really hard to put that person who I'm seeing and me in the same body. You know, it just looks like I'm watching somebody do things. And so it's kind of like how I feel about this sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I love seeing everybody. It's so great. But I don't really think about what you guys see. You know, it's an interesting experience. One day I'll write a book on it. Hopefully. It'll be called "The Fuck."
Go into airplane
What
mode.
happened to my degree?
Airplane mode.
Yeah, good question. Good question. I gotta think on that. Any other questions for now? Yes, ma'am. And the awesome no judging bracelet. Yeah.
Represent. Does pig's feet really quick? I work in a grocery store that sells it, and we also sell pork rinds.
Oh.
Do you eat pork rinds?
I'm
Pork
going to
rinds
tell
What-
you
what
guys what
brain?
she
What
said,
brain?
in case you didn't hear. It was about pig's feet. I actually work in a grocery store that sells it, and we also sell pork
Airplane
brains.
mode.
Do you
Preserve your
know?
batteries if you
Sorry,
afterwards.
South.
Case my-
But do you know how kind and intelligent and sensitive and sentient and self-aware a pig is? They're very closely related to humans.
That's why they're delicious.
There you go. I will never not get flack for it. Yeah, no, it's true. To each his own, to each his own. I'm just saying, you see a pig cry tears from watching another pig get killed. Yeah, okay?
Yeah, have you
That's,
seen
I'm
videos?
that kid. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's in Alabama, so that's something to look forward to.
You know, yeah, we're gonna be in Alabama. We're gonna, well, I don't wanna give you guys any spoilers, but we got some cool plans for Alabama. Can I give spoilers or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. We're going to space camp. I should think that's the official slogan of space camp.
It should be.
Government funding cut it. They're like, zoom. That's ridiculous. Just absurd. Anyway, yes, to the gentleman in the back.
So this question is related to the idea of your
I can't, I'm sorry, I can't take it on my phone. Okay.
your celebrity status.
Yeah.
Do you think, thanks to the advent of the internet and how it's influenced media culture, that the idea of
I'm recording the video. You can stop.
Harto's channels are going to be like
Serve your battery.
long-lasting, consistent parts of your life, or do you feel something?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So, you know, with the advent of like YouTube celebrity, which is like a different form of celebrity, it's kind of fascinating because my Harto and your Harto are genuinely like my content, like stuff I'm going to put up. You know, your Harto, sappy as shit. My Harto, funny sometimes. And, you know, people ask me like, oh, well, what's your 5-year plan? Especially, you know, with the success of the tour and like all this great stuff. It's like, you seem to be generating like a lot of forward motion. What do you want to be in 5 years? And maybe it's my own lack of foresight, or like maybe I should have a more finite answer to this, but I am just so happy and so focused on finishing the task that is currently occurring that I don't have a 5-year plan. I can't imagine doing more than this because this already feels like so much. But we'll see, you know? I have to write a book. I got an email from my publisher being like, hey, when's that book coming? I'm like, book? Yeah, what do you want that? August? Sure. Give me 4 weeks in July. So we'll see about that. Another question? Yes.
What is your favorite episode of my show?
The question is, what is your favorite episode of MDK? My favorite episode of My Dream Kitchen, it's tough to say. I really like pizza, the very first pizza one. And I really like ice cream. These are all from like season 1 or whatever. And in terms of like deliciousness, American strudel was really good.
Yes.
I like my little weird freak children, you know? I've got to love them all, because if I don't love them, they'll be left alone on the streets. Just saying, don't leave your kids. Yeah, no, so I love them all, but if I had to pick, you know, I'd pick something along those lines. Another question? Yes. How do you what?
Avoid getting sick.
I get sick. The question is, how do you avoid getting sick on the road? I actually think when we first started traveling, Like literally within the first week, and by the way, we're at week 6.5, approaching 7. Yeah, dude. Can you see? I've literally aged 2 years. So in the first week we were in the RV, one of us got like sick, and then all of us got sick. It was like the RV flu, but that was like kind of trial by fire. Because I don't think any of us have been sick since then. You know, I got a little sick, but I think it was just like a stomach bug. But yeah, I don't know. You don't avoid. Just try and be healthy. I drink a lot of green tea, like a lot. I try and hydrate, try and get enough sleep. I'm very boring, guys. I'm really, really sorry to disappoint you, but I just am. Any other question? Yeah, and the cute little fedora.
How close are you with the YouTube community? Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I knew Charlie's, like, I wish I knew this. And you've done episodes with Jenna Marbles and Vlog Brothers and Tyler Oakley. Has that brought you a lot closer than other YouTubers?
Oh yeah, great question. The question is, how close are you with the other YouTube community or members of the YouTube community? And I'd like to say that the interesting thing about YouTube is that it's kind of like high school. It's like there are going to be kids that are your best friends and you totally get along with. There are going to be kids that you're like, oh hey, yeah, we're cool. And there are going to be kids that you just don't like, you know? And that's just like any work. It's like a work environment, it's like school, it's like anything like that. So like Tyler and like Grace and Mary, those are like my friends, you know? And like John, I would call John and Hank friends now too. It's funny because it's like people whose content I like to watch, usually you end up getting along well. Because again, content is really just what you create. You know, like Vsauce, great channel, like Michael Stevens. Yeah. So that's really fun. That's a really fun work environment for me. Work environment in my partner world. Yes, sir. Ooh, great question. What YouTube star would you like to meet that you haven't yet? I might be going to London really quick for a little bit in the summer, and if I do, I would love to work with Dan and Phil. I've worked with them a little bit, or just like I met them at Playlist and I had a really good time. Other YouTubers I'd like to work with, yeah, I don't know, it's not, I mean, Tomorrow's Kitchen is the kitchen I shot with John Green, so like that's just gonna be awesome. I'm trying to think of other people that I really like to work with. Yeah, I think I've worked with all the people I really wanted to, which is a great thing to say. So probably some of the London YouTubers. There's a like really strong London YouTube crowd, and they're all young, cute boys. So I don't know what America is all about. But, so that'll be fun. Yes.
So in 6.5 weeks of touring, there's probably a question you want to have been asked, but you haven't yet. What is that question? The answer to it.
Oh shit! You know, I fucking love you guys. What's the question I haven't asked yet?
So you think you should have?
I should have been there. I think I should have been asked.
What's your number?
Yeah, you know, I feel like. Oh, this is tough. I have to. Do I want iced green tea or do I want hot green tea? I guess it's like, I think that I want to be asked, you know, having raised so much money and having, you know, made a lot of promises, do you think you're doing your best to fulfill them? Like, I think I would like to be asked that.
And what's the question? Can you answer that?
I'm sorry, I think there was only one question at a time.
Did we break the records for most grilled cheeses cooked at one time?
Yeah, we did! Oh my goodness, yeah. If you go on recordsetter.com, which is an awesome website. Recordsetter.com is really fun. It's basically a website that says everyone in the world deserves to be like the best at something. You know, it's like, so the world record in the whole world for going like this. You know, the longest. So our record center was the most grilled cheeses cooked simultaneously, and we totally did it. I think we made like 350, 380.
It was like 500.
I was like, 500! We're not good at numbers, guys. I was like, what was it, like 4? You know? Yeah, and so we did it. We totally did it and kicked ass, and it was super fun. Bankathon, man. You could see when that thing took a turn, am I right? That was like 12-hour live stream. Oh, Hannah's doing a good job. Hannah's doing a good job. Hour 7 comes. What the hell is happening? By like hour 12, I think it was by like hour 11. It's literally me sitting in the chair. And somehow I'd go put on the gold pants at some point. I don't know, it's all a blur. But it was really, really fun. Yeah. Yes, in the back.
How do you turn on the memory?
Oh shit! it. The question is, how do you feel now that Mamrie is moving to the West Coast? For those of you who don't know, Mamrie Hart is another YouTuber who is a friend of mine. She does a show called You Deserve a Drink. And if you like the word shart, you should watch it. I mean, you should see the stuff that gets cut. It's like... oh my god. Like, you need a cold shower. You need a warm shower. You need a salt bath after the game with Mamrie. But yeah, how do I don't even know. Mamrie moving to the West Coast? Like, whatever small vestige of like, I'm just gonna stay in tonight, guys, I was able to maintain will be gone. No, I think it'll work. I think it'll work out. I know she wants a dog. We're all probably gonna get dogs. Oh man, then we should make a show where we voice act for the dog. That'd be awesome. And like literally we just shoot them like in a room and like have a webcam and then leave and then come back and then voice over all of that. Did you guys see that the majority of my concepts revolve around voiceover? What if we did a voiceover for a tiny drop of sweat? You should see us in like the storyboarding meetings for Hello Hard episodes. I'm like, I got it guys, I know what to do for this episode. We follow the adventure of a tiny dinosaur as he copes with oh wait, we did that one. That was fun too. Other questions? Yes, sir.
How did you feel about Grace and Mamrie surprising you in Canada?
Oh shit. Okay, the question is, how did you feel about Grace and Mamrie surprising you in Canada? For those of you who don't know, Grace and Mamrie got dressed up in ghillie suits, which are wait, you were in the South, you guys. Mamrie was like, Mamrie's from North Carolina, by the way. Mamrie was like, I'm in a ghillie suit. And I was like, what are you talking about? You are a bush. Yeah, right? So Grace and Mamrie, I'm sitting there tiredly, wrapping things up with everybody, and then I hear, Hart, smells like farts. And I'm like, oh, people must have found out that we're at the bowling alley. Okay, let's say hi to this. And there was these two people in ghillie suits dancing back and forth. And this moment, this one, this is me thinking, this is how my life ends. Smile and I start to like laugh, and that's me thinking, what a fucked up way to die. And then I kind of like relax a little bit, and that's me going, I'm ready. And then Mamrie, I accept it. And then Mamrie takes off her ghillie suit and is like, and I'm like, that girl looks like Mamrie. And I see one of them holding the camera, and the other one takes it off, and I was like, that is Grace, hanging out with this girl that looks like Mamrie. No, and then I lost my shit. I have never in my life been surprised like that. Never, not once in my life have I experienced that level of pure, unadulterated shock. Here's the thing, Grace was texting me throughout the day. She had saved pictures of Goose to send me throughout the day to like ultra make sure that I thought that she was at home. She's like, well, I didn't want you to think I wasn't texting her back. And I was like, okay. I'm sure we would have made it. But it was super convincing. It was really convincing. Actually, in fact, I thought, why is Grace texting me so many pictures of Goose? Doing the same thing over and over again. So that was pretty funny. Anybody else? All the way in the back. I need to play a game of telephone right now.
Weirdest thing you've ever received from a fan?
Weirdest thing I've ever received from a fan. What you're seeing is me counting through the list of weird things and thinking, do I really want to tell the other weird things? What? Okay. This is not weird. This is one of the most unique / awesome things I've ever received from a fan. And I got so I got this like large envelope in the mail. I was like, alright, cool, what's this? Open it up. I pull it out and it's a picture of a hand-drawn picture of a donkey. Incredibly like sketched, like very, very good detail. And it's just straight up a donkey's face. And then underneath it says, very simply, Hannah. And I was like, ouch. Like, alright, cool. Hannah. I am a donkey, I guess is the lesson here. And then I pull up the rest of the paperwork, and it's from a Manchester donkey reserve, where they are saving the abandoned workhorse of the UK, the donkey. And somebody had adopted a donkey in my name for like the next year and a half.
Oh.
And then so I have a donkey, guys. I have a donkey. It's a white ass named Hannah in Manchester that I'm going to go see and be like, love me! And it'll be like, or whatever donkeys do, I don't even know. Make scary noises. Are generally not attractive. Oh, somebody ordered the Rainbow Dash. Have you guys seen this cocktail? Can we take a minute real quick? Look at this cocktail. It is called the Rainbow Dash, and it is insane.
Yeah,
how many
try
guys
that.
drink? Baby drink?
Yeah.
A lot of empty hands for drinking. Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Is it 5 o'clock here?
Close enough.
Right? Okay, good. It's not. Any other questions? More questions? More questions? No? Yeah? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got my question. Hang on.
So in your 6.5 weeks on tour, have you noticed in your trek across the country so far noteworthy or specific differences in the LGBTQ communities in different cities you've been to?
Oh, curious, yeah. The question is, in your trek across the country,
My
have you
question was the
noticed
best.
differences or, unique aspects of the LGBTQ
Clear.
communities? To be honest, I haven't really gotten
And I is
to
intersex.
spend time in the communities of every city. It's like the tour is structured in such a way that it's so back-to-back that we're in and out in 2, maybe 2.5 days, or 3 for every city. But no, for the most part, I think that, and I don't know if it's just that the heterosexuals across America are all pretty like-minded people, but I think that America seems less different to me now. There's always going to be people who are unpersuadable and like closed-minded in certain regards, and there's always going to be people that are like, oh yeah, I'm kind of moderate, and there's always going to be people that are like, ah, or whatever. Do you like my, this is my liberal impression apparently. Okay. But yeah, no, I can't say that I have seen any like unique traits. What I know about homos is they love to wear fedoras. They love to be cute and adorable.
Taylor,
In general, I've
Taylor.
seen a lot of Doctor Who fans, right?
Yes!
Yeah, people are going, Yahoo! Yeah, but that's pretty much everything in that.
She pretty much just described Taylor.
Any other questions?
Like,
Yes, sir.
perfect.
Are you a video game fan?
Huh?
Are you a video game fan?
Question is, am I a video game fan? I'm a video game fan in like sense of the word computer game. Like I used to like to play games like on my computer, or old school Nintendo, that sort of games. I've never been good at RPGs. I tried to play Final Fantasy once. I ran in a circle for like 3 hours, and then somehow died. You like that? So yeah, no, I do love. I have an older sister who would dominate any toy that we had. And so I think that that's why I like to make commentary. Because when you have an older sibling, they are literally like, you sit here and I'm going to do things. I will play the video games and you can watch. That's fun for you. You're spending time with me. So I got really good at video game commentary. So I really like to be the asshole that sits with you while you play Katamari. And I drink, and then I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. No, yeah. You can roll it up. Katamari's a great game. Great game.
Yes,
I have an
love
ongoing
it.
game
Love it,
with my
love it,
friends in San Francisco. After
it on
you
my
beat
iPod.
like every level of Katamari, you have to roll up 1,000,000 roses, and we're at like 600, 7,006. Anyway, personal fact. And your questions?
What do you have a degree in?
Ooh, what do I have a degree in?
Japanese.
What do you mean, what are my degrees in? Yeah, no. I have a degree in English literature and then a secondary degree in Japanese linguistics. The question is, what was I planning on doing with my life? And what
What are you doing now?